Willowkins, and welcome back to another episode. So today I wanted to share with you just some things that I personally don't really want to have for my baby. Also, I wanted to share with you right off the bat that I am somebody who is kind of minimal. I don't like having a lot of stuff surrounding me. So if we have fewer items, that's fewer things that we have to think about. So that's kind of my approach to things. I don't like having a lot of stuff. When it comes to baby items, now I know that registries can sometimes be a bit extravagant, if I could say. There's just a lot of stuff on there that people don't actually need, and they end up getting them and then maybe use it once, and then it's a wasted product. With all that being said, when it comes to baby stuff, I think women are very much targeted to put stuff on their registry. Now, I have kind of started my registry a bit ago. I've been getting like emails and ads saying, oh, you're pregnant, you need this for your baby, you need this for your baby, put this on your registry. And a lot of the stuff I'm like, I really don't need that though. You know, a lot of the time I can understand women just being like, oh yeah, that might be a good thing to put on the registry, and so they do it because the audience base is pregnant women. And so a lot of the time we kind of get sucked into these advertisements of, hey, you need this, but we actually don't. When I'm looking at stuff for what the baby needs, I'm thinking, okay, it needs somewhere to sleep, it needs to be able to eat, be able to use the restroom, and have love, playtime. And that's very basic. I mean, that's all they, and even when they're first born, they don't even need really playtime because they're sleeping and eating and pooping on, a cycle. It isn't until they're a little bit older that playtime starts to get kind of more incorporated. Really, babies don't need that much. Now, I plan to breastfeed. Bottles aren't really necessary right off the bat. Now, if I were to get a bottle, it would be glass, and the nipple would be a natural rubber. And that's just who I am. I don't like having plastic. I don't think it's the greatest thing to be having in our mouths. Something that I try to be pretty cautious about. And yeah. So, there are things that people get for their babies because they put it on their registry and people get it for them, or they buy it themselves. It's these big baby gyms, the kinds where you set the baby in the center where they can bounce, it vibrates. There's all these lights and noises surrounding the baby on this big gym. Babies don't need that. In fact, there's studies saying that those overstimulate the baby and it's not good for them in their learning process. So when we can teach them naturally how to make sounds, like here is a wooden block, and let's say you give them a pan from the kitchen and they hit that, oh, I just made a sound, that is like encouraging for them. That is rewarding for them because they made that sound. It's more natural in the learning sense and just for humans in general, because we don't need to be surrounded by constant noise from gadgets and stuff. It's just too much. I am totally against those big play gyms. I don't think they're needed. I don't think they're necessary. I think they are overstimulating for the baby. And also those baby loungers or bouncy seats. See, I don't mind those. If you want to put your baby down into something comfortable, or like have them propped up while you're eating or something like that. I just don't like the ones that have the dangling toys. They're more interested in what we're doing because they want to learn, they want to grow, they want to be like us. When they're able to see us eat and interact with each other, they're learning how to interact with like other human beings. And it's very cool. There's just a lot that can happen just by having more connection with them instead of having them be distracted by something else. Now, that does not mean that I am against toys. I think toys are good, but in a more of a learning sense. So if there is a toy that's like a house, and it has different ways that you can open the door, like there's a lock, and then the baby has to try to unlock the door to open it, or there's a shoelace and they have to try to tie a shoe or figure out how to use these strings. That kind of stuff is so rewarding for a baby and toddlers. That is how they start to be more independent, giving themselves that state of, I can do this, and being confident. And I just think that is so inspiring. I've read a lot about that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. I could be mispronouncing this name, but Montessori, that kind of stuff is what I'm talking about. I totally love that stuff. I think it's great. It makes them start to think of, why does this happen? Why does this work the way that it does? And then it gets them more excited to learn about what's happening. And that is just the greatest gift that you can give to another human being, the ability to learn naturally and on their own too. Like, for instance, when they're starting to pick out their clothes on their own because they want to be independent and they want to have confidence that they can do something because they see us have, our things and what we can do. They want to copy that. They want to be like us. So when we give them the opportunity to grow in those areas, and when they're putting on their clothes, yeah, they may struggle. They may not have it on right. But once they get it, they feel so empowered. And it is the cutest thing. I wish that I had a video of it because I did this with my sister. And like, it's so, and I could tear up right now. It's just a beautiful moment because they're like, yes, I got this on my own. I didn't need any help. And it's just a beautiful moment. When it comes to baby toys, I am in the same way. Natural ways of learning, and I preferably like to have natural things for them to use, like wood, tin, natural ingredients. So plastic, I don't like it, especially if it's something that they're going to be putting in their mouths. I don't want that to happen. But when they're older, and let's say somebody goes thrift shopping and picks them up a birthday gift at a thrift store that happens to be plastic, that's fine. As long as it's not purchased brand new and plastic. that I don't like. I don't want to contribute to the plastic industry because that is hurting our world, our planet. It is so bad for our planet. So I do have a list that I am looking at that somebody had kind of like put up as essential, and I just kind of wanted to scroll through and talk about the things that I personally do not want. A baby mobile. No, I don't think they're necessary. Or those like bedtime toys, again with the lights and the music and all that stuff. They don't need it. If anything, have a little fan going so there's like some white noise, so that way it kind of mimics the womb, and that's perfect. That's fine. Or a little humidifier that makes sound, a very light sound. That's fine. But all these like gadgets that you see on some people's cribs, you don't need those. The other thing is, when it comes to pacifiers, personally, I don't like them. Now, will I be getting one? Possibly one that is natural rubber, yes. Just to have, just in case. But only one of them, because I don't want it to be a thing that is getting to be dependent. I don't want my little one to be dependent on a pacifier to do anything. I want them to be able to, speak their voice, which is, crying and, looking and laughing and whatever they need to do to try to communicate what they want. A baby bathrobe. This is not necessary. It may look cute, yes, but it is not necessary. All we need to do is dry them off with a towel, and they're good to go. And put some clothes on them after they get lotioned and all that stuff. So a bathrobe, I really don't think that's needed. A diaper changing table. You don't need that. What you can do is have a dresser, diaper changing pad on top. Make sure that it's nice and secure and stuff, then it's not going to move. There you go. You do not need to have a diaper changing table. It's not needed. You don't need that. I mean, think about it. You're in a different room. The baby just went. What are you going to do? Take the baby all the way to the changing table just to change them? No, you're probably going to change them right there. And so you'll have a little caddy ready with all the stuff that you need. That has been my experience, at least. When the baby goes, you change it, because otherwise they get fussy and upset because they don't like it on themselves. I don't think diaper changing tables are necessary. Disposables, no. Those baby wipes that are not cloth and reusable, no. Diaper pail trash bags, no. Diaper pail, I don't really see why you would need one, because of, like, if you get cloth diapers and cloth wipes, there's these things called wet bags that you put that stuff in, and they usually have a zipper that you can close it, and then that kind of keeps away the smell. So I don't think a diaper pail or diaper trash bags are necessary. Breast milk storage bags. Reusable is great. So yeah, and then I have a car seat. It's one of those grow with me ones, which I much rather prefer than having to get so many different car seats for so many different ages. I think that's a waste of money. So when you have one that grows with the baby, I think those are more useful and you get more for your money. And I do have one already I got for Christmas. I just wanted to mention this kind of stuff I wanted to say. I hope all of this made sense, and thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, so every time you will get notified when I post a video, and I think that's everything. Alright, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching.